Hey, what's up? This is Andre, personal trainer here at Self-Made. Today we're going to target the chest and lower body, but we're going to show you my progression on how you can target your joints in the shoulder and actually the muscle fibers that we're actually using in each progression of the exercise. So the first exercise, we're going to strengthen and show you how to mobilize your joint, because we got to start there, and then we'll go into lines of tissue where we want to target for the actual chest or bench or whatever exercise we decide to do. All right, today we're going to warm up our shoulder joint. The first line of defense is the shoulder. If you don't have a strong shoulder, you can't really get the range of motion or produce force in that joint or in the muscle. So what we're first going to do, we're going to do a small little rotation. These are great for warming up or in between your sets. So the first you're going to do, you're just going to take your shoulder, you're going to go across the body, and you're going to rotate at the top. As you do this, you're going to try to minimize any extra movement in the body, because we're just trying to target the actual joint. You can take it in front of you, take it back, into extension, flexion, because you're just trying to mobilize and find all the areas, lines of tissue, but really focus on the joint, because you're trying to gain more range of motion in that position. All right, now we're going to focus on internal rotation. So as we get into internal rotation, we're really trying to focus on expanding the joint, and this is how you really create range of motion in your joint. You place the muscle into a stretch, and then you contract against it. As you do that, it's going to expand. You got to really impart some force into that joint so you can create some friction as we go down into this position. So this is where we're just priming the joint here, but also priming the muscles in this position. In internal rotation, this is kind of where you are when you're benching. So we're really trying to prime the muscle in this end range of position here. So I'm really driving into my hand and really trying to contract the tissues and the joint at the same time. All right, so now I'm priming the actual tissues and muscles of my chest. So what I'm doing here, I'm putting my chest into a stretch, and then I'm pushing against the pull to really generate force, which is isometric, to prime the tissue here. I'll do it in this long position, hold it for about 10 seconds, and then I'll rotate to get closer to the joint or closer to my shoulder, pressing in even more, really trying to drive force into the pull. That force is going to be delivered into the tissue, into the muscle. And then I move closer to shorten the tissue, pushing even more, for about 10 seconds. Hold that contraction, and then rotate to the end range of motion to prime the tissue in the short position. And I'm really pushing in, contracting as hard as I can, and then relax. All right, now so we're gonna focus on the lines of tissue or the muscle that we just primed. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna start long, and we're gonna contract slowly. The goal here is to keep the weight and resistance under tension, so we can really stimulate the tissue or the muscle that we just primed. So I'm really trying to add more time under tension as I pull this, and have more control when I pull to contract the muscles. So my next position is I'm going to turn more towards the weight to shorten the tissue. So we went from long to short, and I'm still under control. I'm still using time under tension to really focus on contracting the muscle. As I fatigue, I rotate even more. So now the tissue's at a shorter position, and I'm training the short muscle or tissue of the chest. Again, as I fail, I rotate even more. Still under control, still under time under tension. And we're going towards failure. Once you get there, then you can relax. All right, so those are a few exercises that can help you warm up your joints, prime your tissues way before you actually start your movements or in between your sets. Try to use control and time under tension under each exercise to focus on integrating joint-focused movements and specifying which tissue you're priming or using in between your sets or before your workout. Good stuff. Take care. Hopefully you learned a lot. Until next time.